Oh, goody.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Zombies here again, and today we're back with another Marvel Snap video. So in this one, we have some new Datamine news about the June season, which is going to be themed around Into the Spiderverse. Before we take a look at that, though, we did have a quick update doing some information we got about the May season last patch. It was revealed that Nebula is going to be the season pass card for the Guardians season starting in May, and it looks like there has been some changes to the card again. Nebula looks like she's actually going to be a 1 cost rather than a 4 cost like was initially data mined last month. So ability still the same. Each turn your opponent doesn't play a card here, +2 power except the turn you play this. I think this is probably a more interesting and effective card at a 1-drop, so overall kind of a nice change to see. So just wanted to get that out there because we have new information. But let's take a look at the new season that's going to be joining us in June. Alrighty, so taking a look at the June season here, we can see that it is going to be an Into the Spiderverse themed season, which makes sense given that is going to be the month the sequel to the first Spider-Verse movie is releasing. We can see that the season pass card here is Ghost Spider, so not super surprised by that, though she did get a bit of a buff from her prior version. She used to be a 2-2, now she's a 2-3. We can also see that there are going to be some cosmetic variants for Spider-Man and Miles Morales, as well as some themed card backs and avatars. So I think this looks pretty sweet. Let's take a look at what Ghost Spider does, as well as the other Spider-Man themed cards that'll be dropping in June. Ghost Spider is a 2-cost 3 power with the text on reveal, the last card you played moves here. So we're going to be seeing quite a bunch of move support with the different Spider-Man cards added with this season, and Ghost is definitely a part of that. I think this is a neat design. I like that she got a bump up in power, as I did think a 2-2 is a little bit underpowered for the effect. So I think this will definitely have a home in move decks, and maybe it could breed a new style of deck focused around the move stuff with the other new Spider-Verse cards that are dropping with the season. Overall, I think this is a pretty great season pass card, and I'm looking forward to it. Next up, we have Spider-Ham. Spider-Ham is a 1-cost 1 power with the text on reveal, transform the highest cost card in your opponent's hand into a pig, keeping its power and cost. So this is kind of like a little mini leech effect, just zaps the opponent's biggest thing. If it had relevant text, it no longer has that text, and it just gets turned into a pig with its normal power and its normal cost. This is a neat card. I think this could be cool in the bounce archetype, though worth noting you won't be able to really bounce this and get the effect to go off again unless the opponent has multiple cards of that high cost, or unless, let's say, you hit a 5 cost and then by the time you do it again they have a 6 cost in hand. So that's kind of a good thing, though, because I do think this could be rather annoying otherwise in the bounce deck, but still seems like a good bounce target, seems like a fun card, and definitely a unique addition to the game. I'll definitely be looking forward to seeing how this one plays out when he launches in June. Next up is a very powerful addition to the move archetype, and I think might even help form a new archetype with move as kind of a bonus around it, and that is Spider-Man 2099. This card is a 4-cost 5 power with the text, the first time this moves to a location, destroy an enemy card there. This is really neat. I like this effect a lot. I think it's pretty interesting. It's decently statted for the cost, and it has a very powerful upside if you can get it to move around. Obviously has good synergy with Ghost Spider and just other cards that enable him to be moved around. So I dig this. It seems pretty decent. We'll have to see what kind of shells end up utilizing him the most. It's definitely a card I think has a lot of potential, and I'm excited to see how it plays out when it launches. And last but not least is probably my favorite card of the bunch, actually. This is one that has been data mined for a while, but we weren't sure when it's coming out. Now it looks like it's going to be joining us with the Into the Spider-Verse season in June. So this is Silk. Silk is a 2-cost 5 power with the text, after any card is played here, this moves to another location. I think this is a really interesting design for a card, so both you and your opponent can force it to be moving around. It's going to be kind of hard to calculate because you don't know where it's going to go. You don't know if your opponent's going to try and move it and how it's going to affect maybe you moving it. I just think this is a really neat card. Also a pretty big boost to things that get a benefit, like Craven from cards moving into its location. So I like this card a lot. It's probably my favorite of the bunch. I just think it's a very versatile 2-drop that can enable some fun shenanigans and is a boost to a underplayed archetype. So I think that's a pretty good sweet spot to hit, and definitely probably my favorite card of the bunch. Really looking forward to playing with it. And there we have it. That is our Datamine sneak peek for the Spiderverse season, which is going to be launching in June. So I'm looking forward to this one. Looks like a lot of fun. As always, this is Datamine information, so anything here is subject to change. Not a lot usually does change between the Datamines and the release, but it is a possibility, so always important to keep that in mind. But I'm looking forward to this one. If you want to see more Datamine stuff about upcoming seasons, I'll leave a link below to our most recent one where we went over the cards that are releasing in May. Just keep in mind, Nebula has been changed. She is no longer a 4-cost. She is now a 1-cost, 1-power. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed it, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.